Time frames. Candles are formed over a certain period of time, and we can choose what period of time this is. A candle can be produced in its entirety over a period of 1 minute, 1 month, and anything in between. On a daily time frame chart, each candle takes a day to form. At the beginning of the day, the candle opens, and then over the course of the day, the candle makes its high and low. At the end of the day, the candle closes. We shall repeat the exact same process for the very next day. I use MetaTrader 4, MT4, and the time frames available to us on the MT4 platform are going to be the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, and the monthly time frames. These three charts are all of the same Euro USD, but they're all different time frames. Chart number 1 on the left is a 15-minute time frame. Chart number 2 in the center is a 1 hour time frame, and chart number 3 on the right-hand side is a 4 hour time frame. These are of the same market at the same time, but we notice how different they look. A 1 hour time frame will absorb 4 15-minute candles. A 4 hour time frame will absorb 4 1 hour candles or 16 15-minute candles. So the reflection is going to be very different from time frame to time frame. I have drawn an arrow from the high and low points on the 15-minute time frame and related it to its corresponding highs and lows on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour time frames. Although it's a significant high and low on the 15-minute time frame, it becomes less significant on the 1 hour and is hardly even a noticeable bump on the 4 hour time frame. Like I mentioned earlier, the 4 hour time frame will absorb 16 15-minute candles. A higher time frame. A higher time frame is a time frame that is larger, meaning it takes more time to create a candle. This is also known as a bigger or a longer time frame. A 1 hour time frame is a higher time frame than the 15-minute time frame. Some examples of a higher time frame: a 4 hour is higher than a 1 hour or a 30-minute or a 15-minute. A 1 hour is higher than a 30-minute or a 15-minute. The 30-minute is higher than a 15, 5, or 1 minute. The 15-minute is higher than a 5 or 1 minute. And finally, the 5-minute is higher than a 1 minute time frame. An average candle on a higher time frame is bigger than on a smaller time frame. If an average 1 hour candle is 25 pips tall or 25 pips in length, the average on a 15-minute chart will be more like 15 pips. There are fewer trades to be made on a higher time frame because it takes longer to form each candle. Lower time frame. A lower time frame is a time frame that takes less time or a shorter amount of time for each candle to complete. This is also known as a smaller or shorter time frame. Some examples of a lower time frame would be the 30-minute is lower than the 1 hour or the 4 hour. The 1 hour is a lower time frame than the 4 hour or the daily. The 4 hour is a lower time frame than the daily charts. The daily time frame is lower than the weekly or the monthly. And of course, the weekly is lower than the monthly. An average candle on a lower time frame is smaller than on a higher time frame. This is smaller in length. If the average 15-minute candle is 15 pips, a 1 hour candle would be more like 25 pips. There are more trades to be made on the lower time frame because more candles can be produced in the same amount of time. We must choose an appropriate trading time frame to match our trading preferences. A smaller time frame will give us more opportunities, but we have to be present for a longer period of time, while a bigger time frame will give us fewer trades, but takes less time to evaluate. We don't need to be present quite as often because we have more time in between each candle.